how much crypto do you really need? Here's how the crypto differs from gold and silver based on how much you need. When we talked about gold and silver, it was covering an asset as using it as insurance policy. When it comes to crypto, it specifically should be purpose driven, and the purpose is different. Usually it's transactions. If you are keeping it for, I don't know, savings or speculation, then it's up to you how much you want, of course, right? However, I think it's a very speculative asset. So from my point of view, I look at it as a network thing, as in network value. So for me personally, if I cannot buy one millionth of that crypto total supply, right, then why even buy it? It's worthless to me because I cannot be 1 million of the... Well, think about it like this. If that's a city and everyone's transacting, what would be the start amount that you would need to start with? So let's say in Crypto City, in Cryptopia, you have 1 million people that are transacting. They're selling goods, buying goods, and so on and so forth. And they have currency, cryptocurrency. If you cannot be the 1 millionth guy in the row, then why even be in that city? Go into the next city where you can be at least the 1 millionth guy, right? So that means, for instance, Bitcoin, right? Well, how much is the maximum supply of Bitcoin, right? It's 21 million. So that means for be the 1 millionth guy in the row, you would need to at least have 21 Bitcoins. Does that make sense to you? Do you really want to own 21 Bitcoins? Now, if you do, please buy me a coffee. There's a link below. You know, maybe just buy me 100 coffees. Who knows? However, for me, it doesn't make sense to enter at this point. Now, maybe for you it does, and then really congratulations. I don't know what else to say, but that would be roughly, you know, it's currently 70,000, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun number to work with. But basically you need like $1.5 million, right? So that's not something I want to invest in Bitcoin. Now, you know, so it differs. But let's take a look at something else, right? What is the current price of Bitcoin Cash, for instance? Oh, it's $350, right? So now that's, again, same cap limit, 21 times 350. So that means now you only need $7,350 to live in Cryptopia, another city of Bitcoin Cash. Now we're getting somewhere, right? So this is what I'm saying. So you have to think about what makes sense for you to buy, right? You can, if not, it's speculation. You can buy, you know, tulips, you can buy whatever you want. It's speculation. I'm not giving you advice. You know, it could go to the moon again, triple the moon, but it doesn't matter for me. For me, it means that I want to be part of the network. So I want to be part of the network, and if that population of the city is 1 million, you know, and you could say, well, what if it's like 10 million? And, you know, well, do you really think you're going to be transacting more than with 1 million people? I don't know. Maybe you are. Okay, so what about Monero then, right? So 1 Monero is $153 currently. Right? So basically you want to always divide by the max supply, right? So the Monero was max supply. It's actually pretty much the same, right? Current, yeah. Currently it's 18 million, around there. Actually, don't even know. I haven't looked it up this for a while. But basically what you're looking at is what is the max supply, right? And then divide the max supply by 1 million. And if that's a number you can buy, it makes sense for you, and you want to be part of that community. And it's not like big tech, big bank driven. So you're actually just giving your power away again for someone else, you know, then it's up to you. And you'll find there are crazy other currencies or cryptocurrencies that transact faster than Bitcoin, better than Bitcoin. I don't want to trash Bitcoin, but I just, you know, I don't have the money to buy 21 Bitcoins. Now, you know, if you donate one to me, then I only need to buy 20. So there's that. So it's not that I'm against or for something. It's just what does make sense for you to be part of the city, to be part of this community of people. And when I look at it, the more I looked at it, you know, there are coins like Monero, like Pirate Chain, like Bitcoin Cash that are all pretty good. And you can actually own 1/1,000,000th of that total supply, right? So that means like it's, I have to double check this now because I'm going to be talking crap if not. But if the max supply is, current max supply, Monero doesn't have like a hard cap, right? But that means if it's roughly, let's just say 19 million, that means you need to buy 19. So can you buy 19 by 150? You know, it's $3,000. Like you get to buy $3,000 worth of Monero and you're the 1/1,000,000th guy in the line. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you're actually there. You're probably most going to be way forward when it comes to Bitcoin Cash because there's probably not 1 million people or, you know, 20 million people owning that much. There are way people who own way more than that. That means your line will get shorter because the people who are first in line have way more, right? And then behind you, there are people who are going to be way back. So that means you're going to be probably the 700th or 500,000th person in the line. But that's actually good for you. That's actually good for you. So the more whales there are, the supply is more limited and the swings are going to be bigger. I don't know if that makes sense for you. But what I'm saying is that there are coins that make sense for me. And one of them is Bitcoin Cash. And the reason for that is mostly because of the community. And I'm not like a Bitcoin Casher guy. I'm not like a crypto guy. But when I looked at it, that was the coin that made sense. They never tried to sell me something. There were always people reaching out to me from Celsius and all of these coins and whatever, you name it. People tried to find influencers and they paid me or they wanted to pay me, right? And I just like completely ignored them on my Patreon, right? With Bitcoin Cash, it was different. Some Bitcoin Cashers just really have the same interest as us. Hyperinflation, overreach of government, all that stuff. And, they just appreciated some of my content and then, you know, they gave me like $5 or something like that here and there. And okay, well, let me figure it out. Like, what are they talking about in their channels? And I found it's very similar. So at least I know that, you know, I'm somewhat supporting the community. If I even just buy one Bitcoin Cash, which I think everyone on this channel, if you can afford it, just buy one Bitcoin Cash. It doesn't, you know, take a fortune. Now you have some way how you can interact with all these people, right? Just go and get the Edge wallet on your phone and just buy $250 worth of one Bitcoin Cash, right? So that means you're pretty good. You're at least somewhere in the line, right? Now, if you can buy 21, that means you're really part of the city then. And that's still like attainable for some of you, right? But do the same thing with Monero. Buy 18 Moneros, right? I'm not giving you as advice, but as soon as you realize that it's really based on a community, right? 2 is, what is the actual technology that's driving it? And are you really just putting your head into another system where the system is going to be controlled by BlackRock and all that people, you know, the hedge funds buying it up, right? So community, what is the technology? Is it really freedom driven or is it not freedom driven or it has been co-opted, you know? And 3rd is, what is the max supply? Like, what are you even doing if you can't even buy 1/1,000,000th of the total supply? Does it make sense? Maybe it does, right? Maybe it does for you. But for me, as a person who actually wants to make great stuff into that community, I need to strive with your donations. I need to strive to at least acquire 21 Bitcoin Cash, right? So 21 Bitcoin Cash, if you have that, you're going to be doing good. Do I want to pump the coin? No. I really hope it stays stable for now until I acquire 21, right? But no, I think it's gonna it's probably gonna, I don't know what's it gonna do, but I've been telling you about this at least when it was $200 something, right? And then shot up. So it's not an investment, and I don't see it as an investment. And that's why I never put too much money in it. But most of the stuff is, fugazi. Most of the stuff is fake. It's really just like the US dollar. It's driven by belief. But what do you share with the guys who believe in the stuff, right? Look into the community. What do they believe? And I found, they believe very similar stuff. Very similar stuff. The people who are freedom-centered, freedom-minded people who want privacy, who want actually to transact, to use it, and not be part of a feudal system, then, you can just use it without any political affiliation. So, yeah. Do I promote these coins? No. And I just said, is it Monero? Is it Bitcoin Cash? Is it Firo? I even had one of the guys from Firo on my channel. He never paid me. I just got really interested in Firo because it was privacy based. And I reached out, and they're small enough that they actually reply. And they came onto the channel, right? And that's like $1 or something like that. You can just buy 30 of it, and have one, it does $30. That's why I'm saying, don't overextend in this. This is not, I don't see them as wealth making opportunities. I see them as transactional pieces. It's just like you having more opportunities, because whatever happens, you're going to know that some people are going to take that, and you can just go buy a bicycle with that. You don't need to bring silver. You don't need to, bring your whole crew with guns and ammo and all that stuff. Just have like a paper wallet on which you generated $50 of Bitcoin Cash on it. You put it on there and you just hand it to the guy, and that's it. That's the only wallet that it has. You gotta watch out though. This stuff is all traceable, but that's actually sometimes a good thing, because you can't, authorities cannot assume malice. Oh, you wanted this weird coin, which is really weird, and you just say, no, this is the exact same copy of Bitcoin, right? So it has that advantage, I would say. Advantage. So sometimes this advantage is really better than some of the leading edge technology coins. So, but there are others, right? So, okay, do you want me to list it? Yeah, why not? So, Bitcoin, if you have some, if you're wealthy, right? Bitcoin Cash is another one. Litecoin, another one. Monero, and Pirate Chain, right? So these are a few that you can take a look at, but also just let me know if you guys love some on the private Telegram channel. Not necessarily want to spam the YouTube channel with comments, but my rule of thumb is how much is 1/1,000,000th of the total supply, and does that make sense to me after the technology makes sense to me and after the community makes sense to me? So if all of those things work, yeah, you can throw $100, you can throw $350 in there if you can afford it, and don't go all in on anything, especially not on something because you just heard someone on YouTube talk about it. And with that said, see you next time.